Hello, everybody. It's lovely to be with you today. And I had been mentioning on the parish Facebook page a little bit earlier about a programme which is due to be aired tonight and tomorrow night as well on BBC1. And you may have heard of it, or you may have seen a spoiler for it, or the little clip that has been featured on BBC1 for the last few weeks. This is a program which has very much been timed by the BBC um, to be aired at this time of great change in Northern Ireland regarding abortion legislation and all of that. And I just wanted to speak about it as your pastor today. I hope some of you will find it helpful. And I'm not going to say a whole lot today because I also plan to speak about the programme on Wednesday, following the second part of it on Tuesday night. So it would be wrong, I think, to speak too in depth about it at the moment. For a start, I don't know exactly what will be in the programme other than what I have read myself and what the premise of the programme is. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about that at the moment. So, as I mentioned, and as you will be aware yourselves, there have been great changes in terms of abortion law in Northern Ireland in the last 3 years, since 2019 in particular. Um, and I often talk about some of those things, don't I, on our Facebook page um, and in various Bible studies that have happened and all of that. But I just wanted to talk about this program, as I say, in particular, um, that is on at 9 o'clock on BBC One tonight and tomorrow night. As I mentioned, not quite sure myself what is in the program, um, but it will be a program which concentrates on the as the program makers would see it, the discrimination towards Northern Ireland and towards Northern Ireland women in particular, due to the 1967 Abortion Act, which became law in the rest of the UK, England, Scotland, and Wales, but it was not extended to Northern Ireland at that time. And I was in research for what I'm saying now, I was looking up a couple of different reviews for the program, and one reviewing website said that this this law allowing the abortion of children was something which plagued Northern Ireland. So this law that uh, research has shown and has been verified that saved over 100,000 lives was, according to the programme makers, something which has plagued Northern Ireland. An interesting use of terminology, I think. A plague being something biblical in nature. Um, and one thing for sure now, and this is where the program will be very persuasive in some cases, but the programme promises to be a real tearjerker. And it will use what have commonly become known as the hard situations that people and women face in terms of pregnancy, in terms of difficult pregnancy situations, but it will be using these hard situations ultimately to encourage you to change your mind if you are what you might consider pro-life at this time. The programme will be doing all that it can to encourage you to change your mind, or to certainly take a position where um, you you don't consider it um, wrong for somebody to take a pro-abortion position. Um, in other words, no matter what decision you might come to, that is perfectly acceptable in this day and age in the 21st century Northern Ireland. And it's very much a one-sided drama being used, and it's interesting that they're using drama, but a one-sided drama to discuss the most important issue of our day. The BBC, which is supposed to be impartial and is supposed to be representative of all taxpayers, but it will be showing once again its complete bias in this situation. Another reviewing website for this programme said, by introducing a cast of women in diverse situations, three families shows the multitude of ways which depriving women of legal abortions is a violation of basic human rights. Now, under the European Convention for Human Rights, abortion is not a human right, and never has been. The ending of another life can never be considered a human right, no matter how people would seek to have a different interpretation of that. Because, as we know, there are two lives involved in any pregnancy situation, at least two lives. There is the mother and there is the child or children. And remember as well that this programme is going out across all of the United Kingdom. One of the things that has happened in the last 2 years in Northern Ireland is that the Offences Against the Person Act 1861 has been removed in Northern Ireland, making it no longer illegal to conduct an abortion. But that rule still remains in England and Wales and Scotland. So the programme is also seeking to engage and to influence people on mainland Britain as well. And at the end of the day, there will be hard situations in this programme, and there will be situations that might feel quite close to home. Some of you that are watching will have teenage daughters, you will have teenage sons. Some of you may have been through difficult situations like this in the past, or even had an abortion yourselves. And our teenage daughters and our teenage sons, quite possibly all across the country and even in this parish, will be watching this programme and they will be influenced. And so I would appeal to everybody that this is something which shouldn't just go unspoken about or undiscussed, because it will impact you. And the aim of the program makers is that it will impact you in a way that makes you think abortion is more acceptable than what you currently do. The program features 3 families, hence the name. And as I say, I don't know exactly how the program will be put over. That will be discussed further on Wednesday. But in each of these 3 situations, the outcome is abortion. There is no um, there is no other outcome. In many situations where there are difficult pregnancies, other decisions may be made, whether it be adoption, whether it be raising a child that previously you might have thought you didn't want to. Um, you know, or receiving support from pregnancy services or something of that nature. But in this program, each of the situations end in abortion, and it's almost to say, I think, prior to the program being aired, that abortion is the most acceptable situation in this day and age, and it is acceptable for you, and it is acceptable for your neighbour, it is acceptable for your daughter, it is acceptable for uh, the girl that perhaps your teenage son gets pregnant. Abortion is a very, very valid way forward. So I just wanted to bring that before you today, and as I say, we can discuss it further on Wednesday. Psalm 139 tells us, "For you created my inmost being, you knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." God bless.